to LD97. So the man with the plan just got here.
You have this all shaved off, so
Right.
it's like gives you a lot more space.
He says I should have the rims completed and cut within. Good morning, YouTube. It's bright and early, I think around 6:30 a.m. Just got gas over here, you know, the usual. I live my life around E85 stations these days. What we're doing today is actually going down to LA, heading to LD97. So I'm gonna talk to those guys about the fitment of the wheels on the car, because let me show you. I'm aiming for pretty much the fitment I got with these. As you know, I got spacers on there right now, but I want this similar fitment, which is flush with the fender line when the car's aired up, obviously. But I want to be able to really maximize the offset to get as much rim as possible to the fender line before I start hitting stuff. So I just want to make sure the rims are spec'd out, you know, as best as they can be. And the only way to really make sure that happens is to get to LD97 and have them actually do the, you know, the measurements for the offset and stuff. While I was at the gas station, I went ahead and just picked up a little 2-gallon jug there, threw some E85 in it. Yeah, I'm gonna hit the road. I got my Monster here, so I'm gonna crack this open and wake up a little more. But I'm gonna be kind of cruising and taking it easy today. If you watch my IG, I got a speeding ticket yesterday. So I got a driving 90 in a 65, even though I was going 94. He was cool about it, and I put 90 so that I could still qualify for traffic school. Son of a bitch. I haven't got a speeding ticket, man, in like, I don't know, 18 years or something like that. So I've had a good run, you know, problem free, you know, fingers crossed with the law and all that. So I'm gonna chill and take it easy today. I'm not gonna try to push it on the 101 or nothing. So just stay tuned. I will pick this up a little later. Still on the freeway here, but there's the reason California is so expensive. The ocean. Not bad views though. Nice weather too. And it's still early, so. Yep. So we are stuck in a little bit of LA traffic, but at least we're moving. But what I wanted to show you real quick is check out my MPGs. 17.1. I'm gonna do a comparison video later between you know, flex fuel line and full 85, but I just want to show you 17.1. That ain't too bad. Usually when I'm cruising in town, it's 13 or 14. Looks like we're gonna hit 18.1, so I should be there within 2 or 3 minutes. So stay tuned. All right, so they should be right in here. You see, that's where they do Liberty Walk stuff. And Ed's shop, who did my cage, is right down there. And let's see. All right, so I did end up finding them. They used to have a sign actually on the front, and I guess they took it down because they're moving. So just waiting for the owner to get here. So he's on his way. So the man with the plan just got here.
Here, you're actually ready. So you have, what offset are these?
Those are -9.
So -9?
Yeah, and 15mm spacers.
Oh, you still got a 15.
I still got space, yeah, and I still have a little bit more room. So it is thicker than the standard wide bodies. That's why I wanted to come down so you could really size it.
Well, it's the thing is, yeah, it's actually more of a, you have this all shaved off, so
right.
it's like gives you a lot more space. You know?
Okay, yeah.
Well, I mean, the biggest thing is if you want it, where do you want it to sit when it's air down?
Like this.
Yeah. So, do you want it to sit right here, or do you want it to come out?
Well, if you have more space to come out more,
yeah,
I'm cool with coming
more
out more. Then I'm down with that.
Okay, so the thing is, you're running what size tires is?
305, 35, 20.
Okay, so do you want to run?
Those usually run 325s, right?
Depends.
Okay.
So you can run an 11 rear if you want to run the same tires, but I can make the rear look like a bigger lip. Or you can run 11-12, which just depends up to you. If you're going to run 12, typically they'll run at 325. You want to do a 12 in the rear, 11 in the front?
Yeah, I think that's
most guys. Okay.
I think that's the best route.
So here I can give you about an inch.
Okay. An inch, huh? Damn. See, I was worried about this piece right here. I would think a half an inch.
So here.
Yeah, so as far out as we could push them is front and back.
So the only thing is your tire, if you're going with a fat tire, I would give you, if you want to, you still want to tuck?
I want to tuck, okay. Yeah.
So then I would just go more like,
because I know the sidewall is.
If you go aggressive, you can go one, but it's going to tuck like really tight, or unless you want to go one, maybe go like.
I feel like it'd be tight like in here, where it's like.
Yeah, that's where it's tight.
Yeah.
So this is where you're going to hit first.
Yeah.
So my only thing is, between that, we can do like 10 mil.
Okay.
Like only because right here, that's what I was saying in the front.
Yeah.
It looks good here, but here is where you bottom out.
Right.
So, I mean.
Is 10 even too much, maybe?
Maybe like 8 mil, if that.
A little room still?
So, if the fronts are good, I would just go here because the fronts are maybe like, is that already all the way down, right?
It's all the way down, right? I mean, actually
the front you can go like, not the same thing, dude.
About 8?
I'm looking at your tire because you still run around the same.
Yeah.
So, like I can tell you here, but your tire's kind of, you know, I would just go 8 and 8 more.
Okay.
And then you kind of push it on.
Okay. Okay.
Good. Let me just sweat this.
Sorry, I had to flip around the whole time. But yeah, so we're gonna do 8 more millimeters because this is my point of contact right there. So that's where it would hit up front right here. So I got about 8 more millimeters. 8 on top of the 15th, that's 23 millimeters on top of the -9 offset. So this Vicrez kit is a little bit wider. It's able to get me more lip than the actual OEM kits because he was saying that the OEM ones have another lip in here. But hey, Vicrez has a little pro for me right here. See how much room we can get. I mean, I'm looking for max concave and as fat of a lip as I can get before I run into clearance issues. But worst case scenario is if I start to hit, I can just coil the coilover up for the airlift struts, and that'll avoid me hitting the flares. But this is why I want to wait until after the rims are done to paint them, because I want to make sure I don't have any contact issues and you know, sizing up the right tires and stuff. I'm trying to do it right, you know. And see, I have a little bit of lip left in there. I don't know if you can make that out. I could technically cut a little bit more off, but I'm leaving some space for just in case, you know. All right, so we are done. I didn't record in there because I didn't want to intrude in their business, you know. But yeah, let me pick this up in a little bit. It's actually fucking hot out here, and I want to get to some shade. Gonna gas up for the ride home right now. We're looking at 279 versus all of this. Damn, 469 right now. I tell you what, now's a good time to be on E85. Jeez. So I was gonna wrap this video up at home, but I've hit quite a bit of traffic. As you can see, it's pretty stop and go for the last hour or so. So I'm just gonna wrap this up while I sit here in traffic and you know, close out the video. So as you saw, you know, Rich looked at the car and he got the measurements that he needed. I mainly wanted to drive in the car because this is an aftermarket wide body. It's not an OEM wide body. So I was anticipating my dimensions were going to be different, if anything better, because the kit is, as far as I know, a little bit wider and even a little bit thicker than OEM. And Rich kind of confirmed it when he was looking at the car. If you saw, he was reaching underneath. I don't know if I'll put that clip in here, but he was reaching underneath to feel where the inner liner was, and he said, oh, actually yours is cut up really high, so you can go wider on it. So I was like, yeah, you know, it's aftermarket, so I was hoping I'd get some more clearances. That's why I wanted to drive down, so he could see it in person and you know, confirm like, oh yeah, you got space in there for wider wheels. So it turned out to be a good trip. He checked it out. He got the measurements he needed for the proper offset. We're going to go 20 by 11, 20 by 12. He was kind of doing some rough calculations on what the offset was going to be for front and back. I don't remember offhand what he was saying. I think the backs were somewhere in the 20s, and the fronts were, I want to say, even in the 30s for negative offset. If you don't know what offset is, it's if you imagine your wheel like you know, a 10-inch wheel. Just imagine the center line of that wheel, and negative offset will be behind 0. Positive offset will be in front of 0. Most wheels on, you know, narrow body Challengers are positive offsets because, you know, they don't have the space to stick out farther past the body of the car. But the wide bodies can actually go negative offset the other way because they are wider. That's why, like, this car right now has the Voxx replicas with the -9 offset, and I still added my 5mm spacers on there, and I still have what he determined to be another 10mm of space before I hit the fender line, or the current wide body, which I could still technically cut even a little bit more, but I still want to leave like a safety net of space. So we're gonna go with another 8mm of wheel, to where I should still have 2mm between the tire and the Vicrez kit. Worst case scenario, if I gotta trim a little bit more to get another couple millimeters, then that's what I'll do later. But that's why I want to do all this before I paint the kit, is, you know, to make sure I don't have any problems. So it turned out to be a good trip. You know, Rich and I were just talking about basically what the wheels are going to be, and you know, I look forward to later on when we see some stuff. So he told me maybe later next week I should see something from him as far as the drawings, since, like I said, this is a custom wheel, so it's not something he has in his line right now, so he can't just like produce it. He actually has to sketch it out, design it, and then you know, send it to me for approval, and then make the wheel. But after doing this, I should have the rims completed and cut within 4 weeks with the, you know, powder coating and everything. So yeah, so we'll see. Trip was good. Hope you enjoyed the video. Drop me a like, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for the LD97s, because